this video, I'll show you how to create a FOV slider in Godot. This feature allows players to adjust the camera's field of view, which is essential for those prone to motion sickness. Additionally, a higher FOV makes first-person games feel faster. Source code for this project is down in the description, and if you find this helpful, please subscribe. So let's slide in. So let's start by opening up Godot, and I have a new scene here with a camera and a label and a edge slider. If we go into the 2D view, we can see the label, and I've just given it some text. Then we have our edge slider, and here we want to set its minimum value and a max value. I would say the default FOV for the camera in Godot is 75, and I think a minimum value of 60 is pretty good. And then for a max value, I think 120 is pretty good as well. And then the steps, I'm fine with them being 1. And that's it for setting up the edge slider. Next, we want to make a script. So I'm gonna select the root node, attach a new script. And then inside of the script, we can select the edge slider, go to the node and signals. And here we can connect the value changed signal, double click on that and connect. And we can remove pass, dragging in the camera 3D and do .fov is equal to the edge slider, so we can drag in the edge slider and we can do .value. This will make the FOV equal to the edge slider's value that we set it to. And then we can also drag in the label and we can do .text is equal to the string, and the string of text we want to make it equal to is the edge slider's value. And I would recommend setting the text to the default value of the camera that you have set it to. Now if we run the scene, it might be more visible if I add a CSG box, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Preview it, I think that's good. Let's add a sun and a world environment. Now if I run the scene, now when I change I realized one thing, that it started at the bottom and I don't want that. So I'm gonna select the edge slider and I'm gonna set the value at 75 since that's what it's at on default. Now I'm gonna run it again. And now it starts at 75. And if I decrease it and increase it, you see it's working. Now this is very simple in a single scene, but you most likely won't have everything in one scene. And for that I would create a new script. So in your file system, I would right click and create a new script. And I would make this a global script, so we can name this global, hit create, go into project settings, and then in globals. And we want to add a global script. So the path to the global is just the global.gd and the name is global, so we can just add it. Next we can hit close, and then I would open up the global script and make a new variable. So I would just call this FOV, maybe with capital letters. Let's make the FOV equal to 75. Save that. And then I would add another script on the camera, and we can call it camera 3D. And then I would just put in the process function that the FOV, since this is a script on the camera, it inherits from the camera 3D, so we just need FOV. Then you can do equal to the global script we added, so global. And then you do equal to the .fov variable that we just made. And now in our script on the scene, whenever we change the value, we don't want to change the camera FOV, we want to change the global.fov to be equal to the edge slider's value. And now if the camera, for example, is on the player, this will still work when changing this on the menu. And if I run this scene again now, it should work just the same, but with a global script instead. And this is basically how you make a FOV slider in Godot. It's fairly simple. Next, I'm also gonna show how I did it in my own project, so you can get a clearer view of how it's used in a real game. So this is a game I'm currently developing, set to release in November of 2024. And here you can see it in action. So this is when you start up the game. When you go into the options menu and then into controls, you can set the camera FOV and preview it. So this is what it looks like. And when you have it set to 120, it will look really fast. And then setting it back to 60 will make it feel really slow. So that's a massive difference. that you wanna think about. I'm gonna close this down so I can show you in action. So I got my camera here, and then I've attached a script to the camera, and that's just like in the example project where I make the FOV equal to the global variable of camera FOV. Here I have my global script. I don't know why I've set it to 30, but it works the same way. And then I have my options menu. So here on the camera FOV, I have a value changed signal that I've connected. And for some reason, it's a little bit messy right now because both the mouse sensitivity and the camera FOV are using the same signal. But the important stuff is this. So here I'm doing this exact same thing as before, with setting the label equal to the slider's value, and then I'm also setting the global variable equal to the value. And then if you're interested in how I'm saving this value, if I open that signal up, we have it right here, and I can link a video down in the description on how you can do something similar to this. Thanks for watching. If you want to support our work and have your name be featured in future videos, check out our Ko-Fi in the description, and we will see you in the next one.